With the benefit of hindsight, stand by, stand by, right? I got it. Okay. Hey, for the benefit of hindsight, where I'm sitting now, of course it was not the right decision. It was a wrong decision. Period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there, but I'm just telling you, from what we know, we believe there should have been an entry at that as soon as you can. Hey, when there's an active shooter, the rules change. It's no longer, okay, it's no longer a barricaded subject. You don't have time. You don't worry about outer perimeters. And by the way, Texas embraces active shooter training, active shooter certification, and that doctrine requires officers, we don't care what agency you're from, you don't have to have a leader on the scene. Every officer lines up, stacks up, goes and finds where those rounds are being fired at, and keeps shooting until the subject is dead, period.
If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 6zeros.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated. And we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 6zeros.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 6zeros.net. Ah.
Black America. While we celebrate symbolism of having a black woman in the White House and a black woman in the Supreme Court, right now as we speak, black women are the most likely to lose their house. Black men have the shortest lives, black children have the highest suicide rate, and even though we are around 15 to 20% of the population, we are over 55% of those living in the streets. We are going to be third-class citizens in the nation we built. We better wake up and vote for real policy. Vote for Greg Marcel Dixon. Repair Black America to fix America.
Tick faster, that'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's haze on it.
All right, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX official, and we are here clearly on the weekly wrap up once again. All right, so hopefully everybody is doing well. Let's see what we got in the house. Yeah, spin it, tilt this a little bit. There we go. So hopefully everyone is doing well in the house tonight. Please like and share. They often shadow ban pro-black channels, and especially using the words that I often use. So, you have to get this word out the best way we can. YouTube has an algorithm, and they don't like what people like me have to say because we tend to buck the system and we call it how we see it. You dig? So with that being said, please like and share. And if you have not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the word all so you'll be notified anytime this broadcast goes live or a video is uploaded or premiering. So with that being said, let me holler at everybody in the chat. Capricornus, Judah Queen, One Who Cares, Nikki the God, Kid Gravity Beyond, Ty and Maisie TV, Tia to You, TJ, all right, Oyela Cat, Silent D Productions in the house, Esmont, all right. CH464. All right, I see you. Okay, so let's see. Oh, DJ Segwan. Yes, indeed. So let me get this over here. So we have some things to talk about. Now, per my last show, my last broadcast, I addressed that whole Twitter thing. And, interestingly enough, it's Mary Evans. Welcome. It's always interesting to see people who will be so quick to go at a person to whom they don't know, be wrong. I read y'all what she thought I said and what she repeated that she said I said. You heard her say it. So I'm sure she's seen that video by now and understands that, So now, instead of apologizing and saying I was wrong, she just doubled down on it and then blocked me. SMCM, Queen Meadow Nuwape. Welcome. So when I see stuff like that, it's like, okay, well, cool. Again, like I always wonder, what's the motive behind what people do? Uh, Lord only knows. But needless to say, um, hey man, sometimes I think people get people confused with other people because when they don't get the authentic you, they're getting a whatever somebody else thinks of you, and that's what they believe. They don't even they'll never actually know what it's like to interact with me on a one-on-one. Dark skinned brother, welcome, welcome. Which I guess maybe all well the better for me. I know early. Avoid that one. You know what I'm saying? He said you've been here, yeah, peeking around the corner. I know a lot of people tend to not be in the chat often, but I look at my numbers, so I see a lot of subscribers that are definitely in attendance. So I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all so much. I might be some of y'all's dirty little secret, but please, by all means, share me on your social media if you can. And because see, you got to understand, just because we could look at ourselves as being the smaller power in the arena of media, it does not have anything to do with our actual power of influence. Samuel Logan, welcome, welcome. So, with that being said, we he said not dirty little secret. Well, I mean, not everybody could share what I say with everybody that they're around, and I get that. Say some people might get offended. People be with in other relationships that might feel some kind of way of some of the things I say. So that's all right. But with that being said, nonetheless, this grassroots pull up energy has been moving throughout the earth, shall we say. And it's got people acting a little different, which is good, which is really good. Check this out. This turned up on Instagram today.
No, hey, hey! Do not be aggressive! Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, it's only normal when the other people have the whip. Thank you, Capricorn.
Mr. David, stop it!
That's crazy, ain't it? So, man, when you give pure energy and it's coming from the right space, that will permeate. I mean, shoot, they put negative energy out all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? But Capricorn has said that means you are doing something right. I so appreciate them words. So, goodness. So let's see. What do I have to go to first? I guess before I get right into the topic, because I'm gonna have I'm gonna do some call-ins here tonight because I want to see what y'all got to think about this. Because as you see, I'm sure you might have been aware of some of the action I've been getting on some of my posts from the suspected white supremacists this week. Because one of the big things they did not like is the hashtag that I brought up, hashtag white violence. They really did not like that. They were not fond of that at all. But with that being said, let's just take a look at something. Hate is first taught at home. And see, what are we seeing right now? We are seeing the cycles of destruction, are we not? Now, when we as foundational Black Americans, the number one group on earth that battles white supremacy daily, 24/7. They like to call us Black supremacists, which there is no such thing. So there you see them in their imaginary land. They have to be told, because maybe they'll see it because it's in a rainbow, that Black supremacy doesn't exist. Can you feel me? And then all the way up there to the left, what you are seeing is Mexican, a Latino, Hispanic, a dreamer, shall we say, who is running out there with the Proud Boys. We are going to see a lot of the Proud Boys on this broadcast tonight. What you see next, that's Tiny Tuasi, the Samoan white supremacist. So he still will get out there and be a crash test dummy for the 14 words, although he's not even European. And then what you see right next to that is a bust that they have just made here locally by that kid right beneath you who has the Proud Boy tattoo, which is a Proud Boy version of the swastika. And that dude's name is Jarl Judson. And they just called him with all of that. However, they let him go. And they have not released his picture. But I'll get into that in a minute. But first, do I have any Baltimore folks in the house? Y'all got a little bit of news going on out there, don't you? No, I'm waiting for this to come on up now. Okay. Now, bear with me 1 second. There we go. I think this is it. So out there in Baltimore, they've been kind of on Marilyn Mosby's top. And, she's got a case going against her, but then she also has a list of, I won't say dirty cops, but I'll say untrustworthy police. So that's what they call it, a do not call list. And she got like 300 Baltimore police on this list that are questionable and uncredible in the court of law. What's going on in Baltimore?
Breaking news. City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby's office releases the names of more than 300 Baltimore City police officers who they say have credibility issues. Welcome to those of you who are watching on CBS News Baltimore and on WJZ-TV. I'm Vic Carter.
And I'm Rick Ritter. Now, the initial request for that release came from the Baltimore Action legal team. They say these officers on the list are part of a do not call list. And the group says they first requested the listed names back in 2019. The state's attorney's office sent Balt over the list of 307 names today. Mosby's office sent us a letter that they wrote to the Attorney General's office saying they were told not to release the list, but wanted to. WJZ has obtained that list of those officers.
Within the last 40 minutes, Baltimore City Police Union tweeted, calling Marilyn Mosby corrupt and writing, the vast majority of those cops on there are good, brave, and credible. She should be the first name on the list, end quote.
Wow, but there's more.
Identifying information.
A community nonprofit organization is asking more questions. The Baltimore Action legal team wanted information on a list of city officers with integrity or credibility problems, officers whose testimony could create issues during a trial, something the group says State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby mentioned in a public forum.
An officer's word on officer's integrity props up the system, right? We rely on an officer's word for a lot. We rely on it for probable cause. We rely on the officer's word to determine whether or not someone's held pretrial.
Balt says it sought this information because an officer's integrity matters. There is no room for officers with integrity issues on the stand or on the street, and there is no accountability without transparency. The nonprofit group sued to get not only the officers' names, but also the ranks, badge numbers, job assignments, and dates of hire. Information Mosby did not release. But now some officers are asking why they are included on the list.
They have no idea that their names are on it. They do not know what complaint would have been filed to have their names placed on it.
In a statement, Mosby tells 11 News this list is not a credibility list, nor is it a do not call list. Our do not call list and its criteria is located on our website and is frequently updated. The list we released, pursuant to the court order, contains the names of a myriad of officers, some with unsubstantiated allegations of misconduct. Balt says it filed a public information request to get the list in December 2019, then sued after Mosby denied the request. The Maryland Court of Special Appeals ruled in October 2021 Mosby's office should release the list. Balt didn't get it until Wednesday. The police commissioner says of the 307 names on the list, 177 currently work for the department.
In my knowledge and the way we understand it, it is not about credibility. It is a list that has mere allegations, and many of them are going to be unfounded, not sustained, and exonerated.
The Balt Group tells 11 News it is reviewing the list. The police commissioner says he and the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office are working together to try to remove the names of officers who don't belong on the list. Reporting from downtown Baltimore, Barry Sims, WBAL-TV, 11 News.
Damn. That's all I can really say about that. Wow. Wow. What can you really say about that? Good grief. Huh. Yeah, y'all got some stuff going on out there in Baltimore, don't you? Goodness. Lord. And there is another story that I need to look at real quick out of Florida. This one kind of flew under my radar, but I just happened to come across it today. This is actually from like 4 weeks ago. I'm like, I could have sworn I just had it in the studio too. What happened to it? Oh, come on now. Just had it in here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, to set this next story up. This is really, really weird. So this attorney is arrested, and this is a sister. I'm not sure if she's FBA, non-FBA or not. But she is I guess a practicing attorney who kind of went off the deep end and started trying to hit people with her car. So she got charged with attempted murder. And she said that she was hearing voices. Something I'm going to notice, you notice about this story, as an attorney, every attorney would advise their client, do not speak to the police. This woman immediately starts speaking. This state, not to have the tinfoil kufi on, but yeah. Check this out, family.
Fresh Market.
Why did you do that?
Because I hear voices telling me to kill people. I hit them with my car at the Fresh Market.
And what did you do at Fresh Market, you're saying?
I ran people over with my car.
On purpose?
On purpose.
What was that you just said?
I hear voices in my head telling me to do it.
Telling you to do what?
To kill people and to kill myself.
You have your license with you?
Yes, it's in my bag.
Get up against the car for me.
I hit someone at the fresh market.
Why did you do that?
Because I hear voices telling me to kill people. I hit them with my car at the fresh market.
Are you from around here?
Yes, I am.
From where?
From Stewart. I live right over there.
Right over where?
In Stewart.
Right over where?
Palm Beach Road.
Where's the license?
Now remember, she's a practicing attorney. You understand what I'm saying? She is a practicing attorney. I'm not sure what kind of law she practices, but this woman ain't just some random woman off the street. This woman was smart enough to pass the bar and be a practicing attorney. So what the hell is going on here?
You first?
Yeah.
Sure, you slow everybody else down. Do you have any personal victims, or is it just property? Where? I'll go find out. Search 651 my number. Bravo 220 060 90876 I'll go find out.
Now, just based off of the wig, I'm going to go out on a limb and kind of assume that she's probably not foundational Black American. I mean, you know, I don't know. Ladies, would y'all rock that wig? Aboriginal woman, hey, how you doing? Ooh.
Out of Fresh Market. Beatrice, you don't live on Town Lakes Drive anymore?
No.
Where do you live now?
Right there.
At where?
Palm Beach Road.
Palm Beach Road?
Stewart, Florida 34994.
John, do you hear me? Yes.
I'll go check.
Beatrice, why don't you come over here with me, all right?
I have bipolar and schizophrenia.
Okay, come over here.
Okay, now it's making sense.
Diagnosed with it?
Yeah.
Do me a favor, have a seat. Tough one.
You're engaged, right?
Wow. Judah Queen, do you really have to ask? Sorry, Florida. Yes, you again. Sorry, Florida. Yeah, you got to take that one. Jeez. Man. Yeah, so, I mean, but it does bring to mind, like, you know, some of these areas, perfectly functional people are just like flipping out. That's not really normal. You know, that is not normal. Let me get this off a bit here. Man. Oh, yes. Yeah. TY Amazing TV. Yes, indeed. I could definitely see that. A little bit of the other side of that Hispaniola island. Yeah, I can definitely see that. But on a lighter note, before I get into, before I get into it, I seen this on Instagram. It's a little light note, but some good games. So I reshared it because this brother gave up some very good game to some of these fellas, and it made me think. And he's telling a young man this. So don't be an old man having to be told this. That would be a strong piece of advice. But check this out, family.
Hood mentality shit out your head. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be a decent young man. Because my daughter, okay, a nigga can't come to my motherfucking house till he want to see my daughter before he come see me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's the approach, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you can lay something gently on that young lady's mind. You know what I'm saying? She might, you know what I'm saying, take your number, okay? And if she responds, you know what I'm saying, you win it. Yeah. But as long as you're a man, dog, you got to earn every goddamn thing you get. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be the head of the family.
Facts. Absolute facts. Yes, indeed. So there was let's see, I'll go to this story out of, what is this, Philly? Did y'all enjoy that? Like I'm saying, and again, there is nothing wrong with conducting yourself as a gentleman. You understand what I'm saying? But first, you have to be a man. So that is the first part of gentleman, is understanding the man part of even being able to administer it gently. Can you dig it? That's why some people still be running out around here in their 40s acting like, look at me, I'm tough. Okay. Now, but one of the things, let me get that up here. Hold on. Before I play that. Because there's been one video that I posted last year that's I reshared. One of my subscribers posted it. And I reshared it. And this looks like it's popping up again. Of the little future school shooter. I believe that's what I called him on that first time I played it. I played that like last September on this broadcast. Where is it? No. Okay, there we go. All right. So, man, this Rittenhouse effect is real, y'all. I know people don't like to. A lot of the suspected white supremacists out there are definitely upset at what I say, but that's all right. Because truth be told, it is what it is. We know we could see it from the youth. Matter of fact, let me show you this. This is a picture from the NRA. Now, let's go to this. And also, shout out to this brother that sent me this, Jackson Harlem. Shout out Jackson Harlem, who was able to capture this, because you might see this picture in some places and the pictures are blurred out. But why? I mean, this ain't cool. And this is the Black and Brown Coalition. So we can't just worry about our own tribe. Ain't that what Al Sharpton's dumbass said? We can't just worry about our own tribe. We got to worry about everybody. Man, no, the hell we do not. This is what these people who you're talking about and trying to lump in with us think of us. No thanks. No thanks. So, without further ado, out to the state of Pennsylvania.
An incident at a South Philly elementary school. The school says a child showed up and started shooting students with pellets at recess. I'm Shayna Humphreys.
I'm Jason Martinez, and it comes on the heels of Tuesday's deadly shooting at a school in Texas. Shawnette Wilson following the very latest developments. Shawnette?
Well, Jason and Shayna, school officials say that those children that were hit by the pellet guns, that they're okay. They were treated by a school nurse, but parents I talked to this evening say the kids are traumatized. This cell phone video being shared among students and parents tonight, showing what officials at Mastery Charter's Thomas Elementary School in South Philly say is an incident with a pellet gun. It shows a little boy on a hoverboard outside the school fence as students say he shot at them. This mother, who wants to remain anonymous, says her daughter called her from school about what happened. She was there but wasn't hit. The little girl said 3 of her friends were shot and had red marks left by the pellets. The school sent this email to parents saying, quote, "What we believe to be a pellet gun was fired at a group of students by a child that does not attend Thomas Elementary School." This mom says the school later Zoomed with parents about what happened.
Justin got all the kids secure at first, but he managed to shoot 6 kids. Who think it is a real gun, even though it's a pellet gun?
And the email sent to parents also stated that the school told police about the incident, reported to them, I should say, also including the name of that student. Students at the school say that the kid with the pellet gun knows another student who does attend the school. Shayna?
Disturbing, concerning, to say the least. Thank you, Shawnette.
And see, this is the thing we're going to have to start looking at for real. I remember when these shootings first started happening, I was looking at it like, okay, this looks like a coordinated attack. And I think at this point it's starting to seriously look like that, because we've had some recent information break about the Buffalo shooter. Seems that he's been talking to law enforcement, well, retired law enforcement, but if they're retired law enforcement, you know they have tied to active law enforcement, so let's not even play games. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's not even bother playing games. So, let's see. Yeah, Silent D said the kid got a pellet gun. I got a pellet belt. Let me get to swinging on that little menace. I know that's right. Mary Evans said, I would have climbed the fence so fast and slapped the mayo and peanut butter out of his ass. Mayo and peanut butter? Oh, no. Oh, my Lord. Wait, let me see that. Judah Queen said, homeschool. TJ said, what in the mass shooter in training? Oh, yeah, like I said, a pellet gun. Oh, my God. Absolutely. Silent, what the hell is going on? T.Y. and Maisie retired. So meaning, oh yeah, they're not active duty, but they're still feeding information that they can get from the street.
Plans for the mass shooting at Tops in advance. That's according to a story.
Let me rewind that a bit. Let me go back. Let me get that back. All right.
Developing tonight, a retired federal agent may have known about plans for the mass shooting at Tops in advance. That's according to a story first reported by the Buffalo News. Our I-Team producer, Sean Mickey, spoke with a former FBI special agent who explains what this could mean for the investigation going forward.
The retired federal agent had about 30 minutes notice of the plan to commit a mass shooting at Tops, the Buffalo News reported Thursday. The former agent allegedly spoke regularly with the accused gunman and never warned the FBI or federal officials.
If this proves to be true, it absolutely has law enforcement cringing the fact that there could be a federal agent who knew about this attack, somebody who was sworn to uphold the law, protect citizens, and uphold the Constitution.
Jonathan Lacey is a retired FBI special agent and principal of Security and Training Solutions. Lacey says with dozens of federal agencies with agents, it's hard to speculate about who was involved, but he expects all agencies would assist the FBI in its investigation.
I think any agency that learned of such a person in their ranks would be horrified and would and should take every action to investigate that person.
The most important thing for people to remember, Lacey tells me, is if you see something, say something, as people not involved with the gunman's plot could have seen his material online.
Of course, if you're in a chat room or some online platform, if you're admitted to a private server or shown this type of content, you need to let law enforcement know. Dial 911 or call your local FBI office and tell them immediately. This is.
Hey there, fella. Here's the problem. He did. He actually told law enforcement of his plans, albeit he was retired. But he still did inform this man of his plans. He knew his duty. He's not still sworn. I thought that stuck. I thought that part stuck, even if you're retired. I didn't know you retired from your oath. I don't believe you do, if my understanding is correct. But nonetheless, okay.
Is life or death.
Agents from the FBI are said to be in the process of tracking down and interviewing 6 people, including the retired agent, according to the news. The U.S. Attorney's Office declined to comment. The FBI office did not respond to our request for comment. For the I-Team, Sean Mickey, 7 News.
Oh, Lord. So with that being said, I might end up playing this a couple times a night because let's remember something, family. They're always going to keep trying. Well, no, you know what? Before I do that, wait a minute. Wait. Because we need to get to the lines. They're trying to run every possible line they can. But this is why these people are upset at that hashtag of white violence. Come on now. Good grief, it's moving slow. They're bothered by it because it's pointing a straight finger of generational cycles of generational destruction. You know, we've always been the targets of it. Now they're turning on themselves. But they're still trying to find ways to blame us. So look at this, family. Check this out.
To all kinds of horrible stuff nowadays too. I look back and I think about the horrible stuff that they hear when they listen to rap music, the video games that they watch from a really early age with all of this horrible violence and stuff. And I just think that, and they have this access to the internet on a regular basis, which is, it's just not good.
Okay, let's run that back. So these school shooters are listening to rap music, what, drill music? So these school shooters is probably listening to music in their headphones. That's not rap music, sir. I'm pretty sure that's not what they're listening to. And so
Things in particular, and I just think that kids are exposed to all kinds of horrible stuff nowadays too. I look back and I think about the horrible stuff that they hear when they listen to rap music, the video games that they watch from a really early age with all of this horrible violence and stuff. And I just think that, and they have this access to the internet on a regular basis, which is, is just not good.
That's funny because I would think it's more so the access to the parents that would be creating something like this.
Because I like killing. My brain tells me if I like killing or not. I like killing because when I first watched my grown-up killing show, myself started to like killing, and then my brain started to like tell me what to do with killing in it. So I like murders and I like killing in my life. I'm gonna kill everybody in the world except for my family because they just didn't do anything to me. I just like killing. So
just any type of person, it doesn't matter. What about me?
Yeah.
Even me?
No, not even my teachers either.
Okay, because I'm the first person that you told this. Am I? Yeah?
So I just like killing.
So what are you going to be again when you grow up?
A murderer.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Want to be?
I wonder where that kind of attitude and behavior comes from. Anybody want to take a stab at it? I mean, now, in the black community, they have tend to say that the black woman is the backbone of the community because she's the first teacher of the child. Well, that sounds pretty accurate. So since they always say we're all equal and all of that, then it's safe to assume that then that same role is also done by white women nurturing and teaching their children, correct? Or is it that when it comes to white women now, who raises their children are video games and rap music and social media? Now all of a sudden something has changed. Wow. Let's see, hold on. Do I have that in here? Hold on, bear with me 1 second. I need to get something in here. Because we're going to hear a lot of deflection going on, and that's what's really happening. And it's actually pretty damn whack. So here's some more. This is at the NRA little function today. And again, I'm going to show you how they have been building the Kyle Rittenhouse effect in society. Just what you saw that man try to do. He tried to put it off on a product. Since when is raising children down to a product? No, someone is responsible for these murderous, enraged, angry, hateful beings that you keep putting out here in the world that we see have now turned 18 and want to go kill up everything. All of the little Kyle Rittenhouse generation. Well, let's take a look further into how these monsters evolve. They evolve by way of the system of systematic white supremacy, which they control a lot of the narrative, especially on how people see them. That's their biggest problem with us. We are the ones with our own narrative of them, and it doesn't fit their lie of who they are. The devil. So listen to listen to this man from the NRA speak, and listen to the forked tongue.
Late President Ronald Reagan, we must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker.
Do you ever remember them applying that one to us? Cena J, welcome. Welcome. Do you ever remember them offering that one to us? Oh, Tia, to you said, do you have the video of the little girl shooting her AK? You know what? AK rifle. No, I do not. No, I don't. I definitely need that. He said he looks like from Tales from the Crypt. Well, you know what? He's trying to do the same thing that all of them are doing. So you're seeing it done on the left side, and then you're now seeing it being done on the right side. So the left side is trying to say, "Oh, it's guns, it's guns, it's guns," because they're trying to smoke screen this whole. They're trying to morph Buffalo into, oh, that, that. He said a little bit of something about race, but this had more to do about guns. And the biggest problem we have right now is guns. No, the hell, it's not. No. Because let's keep it clear. You would not be giving police protection to somebody who has a AR-15 on their Confederate flag going to the Capitol if you really gave a damn. I mean, let's just keep it real. Can y'all see that? That is a damn AR-15 on the flag. And we're going to act like, oh, it was social media. Stop it. No. It's society. And when I say society, I mean dominant society, like this demon here. So let's run that back just a little bit so you can hear how the devil sounds. Because, yeah, make no mistake, you don't have to judge a book by its cover. Just listen to the character roll off his tongue.
That every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It's time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his actions. And that's why we, the NRA, will never, ever stop fighting for the right of the innocent and the law-abiding to defend themselves against the evil criminal element that plagues our society.
Whoa! Okay, see, now he went from semi-condemning to then reaffirming what the actions were and what the actions are about. So who are you talking about right there, sir? Ooh, boy, oh boy. Now, are you listening to the gaslight hashtag? And I want y'all all to do that in the chat for me right now, please. Hashtag white violence. Please put that in the chat for me, would you? Please hashtag for me white violence. I need to see that popping up in the chat because, see, they don't like this coming out, but this is what this is. And they use the right-wing gaslighters to get the left wing on point. So they'll all understand, okay, this is the order of the day. And so let's make this move. We're going to make the whole conversation about good cop, bad cop over guns. And it has nothing to do with guns. And see what he's saying. Oh, it has nothing to do with society. So they're already going in the coordinated effort to hide their white violence. Listen to what he's saying.
We'll never, ever stop fighting for the right of the innocent and the law-abiding to defend themselves against the evil criminal element that plagues our society. Because we know there can be no freedom, no security, no safety without the right of the law-abiding to bear arms for self-defense.
Against those damned invaders. I mean, these people have mastered the art of talking without talking. You understand me? If you think this is less than a man, come on now. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold it now. Where I got that? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where are you at? Right here. Hold on.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me?
What's different in that than this? You hearing the same message. It's the same message. That message is no different. It is exactly the same message. One coming from the president, one coming from this man over here at the NRA. Are you paying attention, family? I hope you are paying close attention. And get time to start understanding why you're being told to keep your power tools at the ready. You understand? They out here gaslighting folks. I mean, so just make sure you keep your head on the swivel, stay in safe places. Do not make yourself an easy target. Man. Okay, so that was it. So that's the speech from the NRA. Now, let me show you something. Let's see where I'm going to go. Yeah, a Dixiecrat. I'm so glad, man. Oh, wait, see me, that's why I'm fooling with y'all so tough. Somebody's upset about Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse defended himself from attackers. Certainly, I'm sure he did. Go ahead and subscribe and jump in the chat, and then you can say something versus having a comment on other things. Subscribe. But yeah, Rittenhouse left his house to go be an attacker. So, yeah, we know how that works. It ain't mental illness, and he wasn't, because one thing, he wasn't for the protest. He wasn't there to help him. He was a counter-protester. So he's a counter-protester who ended up killing someone. No, I don't go with the white lie over here. This is the truth zone. So, yeah, I understand what the powers that be are doing, but we also understand that, your grandmothers are those like Carolyn Bryant's and stuff. So not really much that you can say over here that will hold weight at all. So let me see where I want to go next. Let me hit this little piece here. Yeah, and if you're listening and watching the chat, I'm sure you're looking and seeing that Samuel Logan said he was a coward, and I concur. Because let's not forget, these are, look at little Kyle here. Look at little Kyle.
My brain tells me if I like killing or not. I like killing because when I first watched my grown-up killing show, myself started to like killing, and then my brain started to like tell me.
Those voices in his head started to tell him what to do. But y'all talking about, oh man, this is about this and this is about, no, it ain't. It is about your violent nature. It's about your devilish, demonic character. It's about your black soul. But unfortunately, you can get a hold of some brain dead CTE concussed Negroes to get out there and speak foolish for you, which is so funny that, you're in a place where Herschel Walker can get more votes than Stacey Abrams. I think the charade of white supremacy having left or right should start becoming apparent. Everybody's looking at you. You guys are full of crap. And Democrat, Republican, neither one of you ain't shit. So without further ado, let's hear from the living, breathing proof that the whole charade that the Democrats is doing something for the black folks and going to do something, man. Let this be a lesson. People are waking up and are tired of getting nothing, watching billions go to Nazis in Ukraine.
You know, Cain killed Abel, and that's the problem that we have. And I said, what we need to do is look into how we can stop those things. You know, he talked about doing a disinformation. What about getting a department that can look at young men that's looking at women that's looking at just social media? What about doing that, looking into things like that, and we can stop that way? But yet they want to just continue to talk about taking away your constitutional rights. And I think there's more things we need to look into. This has been happening for years, and the way we stop it by putting money into the mental health field, by putting money into other departments rather than departments that want to take away your rights.
You don't say, huh, Herschel? I mean, I guess. I guess. Lord. Yeah, well, you know, he if you remember back, like Herschel Walker was one of the reasons why the whole NFL got sued. If y'all remember when he was back jumping on women and stuff, yeah, you know, that's why they're like, oh yeah, they tried to bring that up, but it's like, well, truth be told, that's how they got the whole CTE thing. I don't think it really became official though until after Junior Seau did what he did, unfortunately. But you know, man, uneditable. I hate to make fun of cats, but dang. So, let's see, where am I going to go next? Let me show you. I got something to play. Let me play this little Tucker thing real quick, and then I got something to play you from here, because I just want y'all to see how they keep trying to go away from the truth.
Tonight, in the past 10 days, 2 separate teenage boys have committed horrifying massacres in public places. On May 14th, 18-year-old Peyton Gendron murdered 10 shoppers in a grocery store in Buffalo. And then yesterday, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos killed 19 small children and 2 teachers at an elementary school in Texas. Both Gendron and Ramos were very obviously mentally ill. The people around them knew that. Both killers had told other people they planned to commit a mass shooting, and then they did. So what can we learn from this? Well, the first most obvious answer is that the system in place didn't work. Gendron's teacher sent him to a mental hospital for evaluation. They knew he was a threat. They tried their best. He committed a massacre anyway. So we know.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Now, see, here's where you need to understand how these people operate. They lie. That's what white supremacy does. The religion of white supremacy is based on deception. It cannot survive without it. So, again, see, these people are really trying to get away from what they have done here. That's why they want to ban CRT, which really has no real solid definition, but they keep always bringing it up. Yeah. Well, you know, it's because they know what their history is, and their history shows their character. If you are trying to amend for your history, that's one thing. But to be so arrogant and say, well, that was so long ago, that has nothing to do with me, wrong. We're still reaping the benefits of that benefit of yours. And it's no benefit to us. It's been hell, destruction, and oppression to us. And what we're saying is, It's time to kick in them chips, player.
For a fact that what we're doing isn't working. But we should also be honest enough to acknowledge that it's very hard to know what to do instead.
End white violence.
Despite what you may have heard, the problem isn't that we don't care enough. There's not a person in this country who is not horrified by the sight of murdered children. It's the worst thing, and everybody thinks that.
What about the murdered black people over there at the store? You see how he did that? So he brings up the store first and brings up the black folks that got ambushed by the absolute devout sanctioned follower, what they call the replacement theory racists, who's still alive, by the way. That's another coward. You know, the AR-15 coward squad. Okay, so I'll go over here and then I'll try to see if I could get somebody to say it was self-defense. Because all that white boy over there need to say that it was self-defense, and y'all have $1 million on his books right now saying, hey, he defended himself from them 8, 9, 10 people. I mean, hell, you went over there. I mean, you know it's a rough area. I mean, come on. What about Chicago? Man, damn these liars.
The problem is that the human mind is much more complex and harder to control than we like to admit. A person who is intent on committing violence is very hard to stop under any circumstances. An act of Congress isn't going to do it. Neither will gun control. There are more guns in this country than there are people. There always have been. However you feel about that fact, you can acknowledge that we will never get rid of all of those guns. The Constitution prohibits that, and you would set off a civil war if you tried to do it.
Well, let's just be clear about how the Eurocentric man has been able to make his bones on the planet Earth. If it wasn't for gunpowder, boy, there would be a whole different landscape on Earth now, wouldn't it? Yeah, take them guns away and what you got? You don't have any boxing champions, not no heavyweight. I mean, you got the Rocky Marciano 2.0 Jake Paul dude that they're willing out. It's like, if you really believe that dude is really doing that, come on, man. Please. You haven't followed fighting long enough then. You know, that's just another Rocky Marciano job. So y'all can sit up there. Rocky was real this time. Yeah. I mean, man, you got a whole fictional character. John Henry was real. You got Rocky. Like I said, join the channel, dude. Stop commenting on that other stuff. Comment, you know, I mean, you might as well join. Like I said, subscribe. Shit. You over here hate watching anyway. Hit the like button up.
So gun control, whether you find the slogans appealing or not, will not stop the next patron Gendron or Salvador Ramos, and every rational person knows it. The only...
Well, no. See, the only way to do that is to address the generations and the cycles of destruction that begin at home. See, that is where the birth of hate is right there at home. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, so let's not trip out on how this happened. Oh, no, that's how it happened. See, okay, here, little girls, we're going to go get our guns. That's right. How about that? But let's even look further. Let's not forget, little Cody down here in the Army fatigues. He's ready. He's what, about 8 months? But yeah, he'll still fire one off. Never forget January 6th, where all of that white violence, that coordinated white violence ensued. And look at how light people are going on the treasonous rebel flag invaders of the Capitol. with zip ties, ready to do people harm. Well, I tell you, the nature that is just perpetuated right there of violence is just outrageous. If you can't have violence, then hey, let's threaten violence. Yeah, well, we understand. I mean, that's nothing new. Nothing new whatsoever. Matter of fact, I'm done with Tucker. I got enough because we don't need to hear your lie of what your plan is. We know what ours is. And we are going to address the solution to the problem.
To put it in the frame of reference, everyone, when they talk about racism and white supremacy, should always start by saying that the focus, the objective should be replace white supremacy with justice. Those are the 5 basic words.
And there it is. You know, it's very, very simple. And that's all we're saying is we aren't even looking, because see, here's what they look at as justice. And it came to me earlier today, that to the dominant society, justice terrifies them. But I had to look at it realistically. What does justice look like to such an oppressive group? It doesn't look pretty in their minds, I'm sure. You know, because what if the tables were turned? You understand what I'm saying? So maybe that's what they also look at. And then just being a global minority, only holding on by a thread of a lie that can't possibly be true. Everybody else on the earth birth rates, except for the ones who identify as Aryan, are fine. Best as ever been. While the steady decline. Pew. But we're going to say that Joe Biden meant something else when he said this.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Hope y'all paying attention, family. They are really over here acting in tandem. But let's look at some history. Let's get these videos on. In here, bear with me real quick. The computer is moving a little slow. That's funny. Google was holding some of those comments back when you guys are hashtagging white violence. That is hilarious. They don't like that. Oh, okay. So let's see. Oh, before we get there, let me show you this part real quick. Hey, you know, you got to keep eye on a little bit of everything every now and then. This is one of those instances where it raises my antenna, because it's like, well, out of all times, why is this meeting happening right now? Was this something already scheduled, or is this some kind of special meeting for think tanking, or, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating or guessing, or maybe I'm just not that smart. Let's check this out.
All over the world jetted off to Davos, Switzerland. for the ritzy and glamorous World Economic Forum, a week-long event for the ruling class to talk down to the rest of us. And it's not for everybody. It's an invite-only event. And once you do get in, they divide you by class. You get a white badge with a blue line if you're rich enough. You just get a white badge if you're married to someone important. Or if you're just a part of someone's entourage, you get an ugly green badge. You're not good enough. They keep the elites together, and they have their own little police state to make sure these people are focused on ruling the world. If you're not from CNN or the New York Times and you show up uninvited, they'll probably arrest you. And it's all headed up by a guy named Klaus Schwab, who's pretty much running a one-world government here. He kicked off the week by saying the future is theirs, not...
Did you catch that name, family? That is one that you do not ever really hear often now, is it? Look at who he has the power to summon. George Soros didn't summon him. You understand what I'm saying? George Soros did not summon him. He summoned George Soros. There's some real... Makes Hoover's statement about black unity a little more real to you, don't it?
Yours.
The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the state of the world.
And the way they start is by tracking you. If you go deep in the weeds in what these people are saying at this place, they're openly scheming up some of the craziest plans you'll ever hear of, like tracking your carbon footprint.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform?
Say what now?
So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned.
You heard it. The one world government wants to keep tabs on what you eat and where you go. All because John Kerry's a little mad that your cheeseburger is wiping out part of the population.
People forget, greenhouse gases are pollution. And 15 million people a year die because of the quality of the air around the world. We're dealing with a crisis here, folks. It's a crisis made by human beings.
Maybe they should take their own advice before jetting off across the world on those private jets, emitting all that carbon. But to them, they have more important things to focus on, like preventing the next pandemic, since it worked out so well last time.
If it comes 10 years from now, we should have far, far better diagnostic technology. That is, be able to scale up every country within a month to diagnose their entire population. We're a little distracted right now, so getting the debate going is happening slowly.
Yeah, a lot of...
Well, let's just say they are discussing life and a lot of death.
People are distracted by inflation, food shortages, real problems. But the ruling class at Davos says, don't worry, it's all a part of the plan.
We need to accept that there will be some pain in the process. The pace that we need will open up for missteps. It will open up for shortages on energy. It will create inflationary pressures, and maybe we need to start talking about that pain is actually worth it.
If you have all the money in the world, the last thing you have to worry about is inflation. It's our problem, not theirs. They're busy ruling the world. And shady George Soros says if we don't make their ideas a reality, civilization is done for.
fighting pandemics and climate change, avoiding nuclear war, maintaining global institutions have had to take a backseat to that struggle. That's why I say our civilization may not survive.
Believe it when I tell you, these people don't care about any of us. They're just a bunch of globalists hanging out and coming up with too many bad ideas. Rand Paul, Kentucky senator, and he joins me now. Should the American people be scared when the richest people in the entire world get together at a swanky conference and hatch these crazy ideas about how to make our lives better?
Well, you know, if they really cared, they could have ridden with me. I was on a plane this morning. I was A category on Southwest Airlines, and, you know, hey, that's something. Wasn't a private jet, but they could have saved. When you're on a private jet, they're spending 5 times as much of a carbon footprint. So if they really cared about that, they could ride on commercial airlines, but they aren't. They're elitist. But the other real danger here that's even more danger than all their phony caring about carbon footprint, the real danger is this. Look how bad your government is in a country where you get to vote for these people. This would be a government, a world government, where you don't get to vote on anybody. This is everybody's worst nightmare. The bureaucracy that we have trouble in our United States because we don't get to vote on them, we vote indirectly. Can you imagine the one world bureaucracy of all these elitists and their private jets that would rule our country and we wouldn't get to vote? So I'm dead set against this. And they used to call people who talked.
Well, here's the problem. They already do. You ain't doing nothing right now that they don't determine at those meetings. So let's not act like this is something we got to prevent. No. All this, see, what this is the political theater to act like, oh, we're surprised that this is going on. No, you're not. Y'all are very well aware how things are operating. Some chick named Star, welcome. I see you in the chat. B. Mick, welcome. So these people play these games. This is political theater, family. So don't think for a second that he is outside of the loop of the elite. Yeah, he's a politician, but he understands who his bosses are. You understand me? He is fully aware of who his bosses are. And so here it's Fox News, the Fox News outlet, give a little bit of right-wing, oh, tyranny, oh, man, oh, the elites, oh, tyranny, oh, it's the little hats, oh, tyranny. And miss me, it's white supremacy, stop it.
About one world government, they used to say, oh, it's a conspiracy. We would always say, no, it's in their mission statement. They say it at every meeting. That's what they're for. But lack of sovereignty means lack of freedom, and it means lack of responsiveness, and it's completely antithetical to everything our country stands for.
Yeah, and I don't want to put down Bill Gates and these guys. They do a lot for charity. But when you hear them kind of just dismiss inflation or, you're going to have to go through some pain in order to kind of go with my idea. The American people hear that and they think, come on, man, you're not serious, are you?
They're dead serious. Pain? What you think pain means? Pain. Like I said, those people are talking about one thing, thinning the numbers. So what they're talking about the agenda and the pace of their agenda. Well, one of those is depopulation. So you're literally sitting up here watching a depopulation roundtable go on before the world. You understand what I'm saying? This is how wicked the devil is letting you know who they are. Yeah, I think that's all about you've seen enough of this. It's very clear. A white violence forum like Tia to you see. Absolutely. So let me show you this little tasty tidbit from right here in my home state and kind of give you some history of some things that you guys might not even be aware of where you at that went on. Because, see, this white violence thing is very much a thing. And, of course, being from Portland, anybody knows, oh, I know, because I was here for see, a lot of people think Columbine was the first modern day school shooting. No, it was not. Absolutely not. So without further ado, welcome again to Portland. And a little bit of history about my area here and hashtag white violence.
And mass shootings. Starting with the Thurston High School shooting in Springfield in 1998. A teenager killed his parents and 2 students and injured 25 others. 2 years after that, voters in Oregon passed a measure requiring background checks at gun shows or before a licensed dealer sells a gun. That's the only ballot measure involving guns that Oregonians have ever passed. In 2004, the federal ban on assault weapons, which had started back in 1994, expired. Oregon has never passed its own assault weapons ban. 6 other states, including California, have passed bans, as has Washington, D.C. In 2009, Oregon lawmakers passed a bill to comply with federal gun laws for those with severe mental health issues. It requires the state to send the names of people banned from owning guns to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. The next year, in 2010, the Portland City Council passed its own gun control measures, including a ban on carrying loaded guns in public places. That was then challenged in court. In 2012, a gunman opened fire at Clackamas Town Center just outside Portland, killing 2 people and injuring another. The year after that, the state Supreme Court ruled on Portland's gun ban and ban on loaded guns, that is, in public places, and decided that it is indeed constitutional. In 2014, 4 students were hurt in a shooting outside Rosemary Anderson High School in Portland. In 2015, Oregon lawmakers passed background checks for all private gun sales. That expanded on the ballot measure applying to gun shows and dealers that had passed back in 2000. Also in 2015, a gunman shot and killed 9 people at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg. 8 others were hurt. In 2016, Governor Kate Brown signed an executive order directing Oregon State Police to maintain a database for gun sales. The next year, state lawmakers passed a red flag law. That's the one that keeps guns away from people who are deemed at risk of harming themselves or others. In 2019, a student entered a classroom in Portland's Park Rose High School with a loaded gun. However, a security guard got the gun away from him and no one was hurt. Investigators said the teen only planned to hurt himself. That same year, state lawmakers passed a bill to close the so-called boyfriend loophole. That takes guns away from people convicted of domestic abuse against an unmarried partner. And last year, the legislature passed the Safe Storage Law. It requires gun owners to keep their firearms locked up when they're not using them. It also lets schools ban people from bringing guns on campus, even if they have a permit to carry them. So, what's happening with gun control now? Well, a group is gathering signatures to get 2 measures on the November ballot. One would ban assault weapons in Oregon, and the other would require gun owners to have permits. Today, Mike Benner got an update on their efforts to get tens of thousands of signatures before the July 8th deadline.
We do not have to endure this. We do not have to treat this as normal.
In Northeast Portland's Augustana Lutheran Church Thursday, a group primarily made up of faith leaders is turning anger into action.
We can make a difference. We will make a difference. We are going to change the narrative right now.
Rabbi Michael Kahana is focused on changing the narrative around gun violence. He and others with Lift Every Voice Oregon are calling for stricter gun laws in Oregon.
We have to take sensible gun actions for public health right now. We cannot wait any longer.
Lift Every Voice Oregon is working to get Initiative Petition 17 on the November ballot. IP 17 calls for permits and thorough background checks for all gun purchases while banning large capacity magazines.
Nobody needs 30-round magazines. Our bill limits magazines to 10. That's sufficient. It's been proven to reduce the number of deaths and injuries.
Just maybe a law like that would have saved lives in Uvalde, Texas. Although the small town is more than 2,000 miles away from the Rose City, what happened there hits home for each member of Lift Every Voice Oregon. Take Oregon State Treasurer Tobias Reed, for instance. He's a father of two.
I have to hold my breath a little bit when I watch them leave for school. And my heart breaks just a little bit every time my wife and I have to describe the latest school shooting.
Lift every voice and sing.
Enough is enough, according to those who spent the morning at Augustana Lutheran Church. They say the time to act is now.
We are fed up. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Action is what is needed right now.
Lord. Okay, so y'all see what they did? Do y'all see what they did? Bryce Bees. Oh man, lift every voice for a gun control law. See, it only takes one slightly off code individual to be in the midst of these type of people. And they be, hey man, it's a good idea, huh? What do you think? Oh, I think we should do it. Lift every voice and lift every voice. So, okay, number one, there was already an act, Lift Every Voice by Kamala Harris, that ain't nobody heard nothing since she done got her ass in office. But understanding while you're sitting up there while the little screaming rabbi is up here, we gotta do something. It's just not enough to talk. Well, where the hell were you last week? Because there wasn't no flags at half mast for the people out there in Buffalo. But right off the rip, well, I mean, first opportunity, boy, y'all had to go change the narrative. And then what you do? Let's get this sister up in here, get right in front of the camera with us, sister. Come on now. And we got to be more mindful of that. We have to be more mindful of that. Because where we're at with it right now, when it comes to our community, we're getting ignored once again. And no black person should be participating in anything at this point that does not look and reflect positive to your own community. Because these people sat silent last week. There wasn't all this fervent yelling and screaming and crying over these black folks that couldn't go grocery shopping on a Saturday without getting gunned down by a racist white supremacist who went there purposely to gun down black folk. How do we get there? You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous. And just the simple fact that, okay, there we go. The simple fact that we are even looking at these folks coming together now as a foundational black American, especially, but a black person in general, you should kind of be pissed off, to be quite honest. You really should honestly be kind of pissed off. But, you know, I don't know what it'll take, but you have all these other people trying to talk around everything else. Let's take a look at another Congressional Black Caucus member who dares get his ass on TV and soft shoe around black issues to now get on the Democratic line, because the gun control line is a tool for benign neglect for the black agenda. So like anybody black talking that gun shit to you, backhand the shit out of them. I mean, with verbally, not advocating violence. I'm talking about you beat them down with the words, because that's some stupid shit to even be thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Let them know. Don't let people just say, oh, well, this is okay and this is okay. Oh, man, that's what they... No, put that out there in the wind, because that's how you start changing the narrative. You keep letting the cowering cool narrative be the loudest voice in the room, you will have to suffer under what they're putting out there, because now they're acting as the liaison for you. But why? Because you chose to be quiet. Well, I just don't want to get within. You're no different than a coward. Sitting on the sidelines makes you no less than a coward. Well, I'll be ready. Are you? See, here's the thing. We need to be here all the time. There ain't time to go wishy-washy. We have to be solid all the time. This is what we are dealing with. And truth be told, the strength of what this grassroots movement has been able to put out has been able to spread worldwide. Now, you know, I guess for some, they have grown accustomed to this system, and I can get it, because some people are tired of fighting. But that's why we say you do not need to be dying in your position. You need to be training someone else to fulfill your shoes before you're dead, because you should be retiring early enough in life to live life after retirement, not be dying in the position. Coming up how we come up, especially around this black church, people die in their positions at church. So black folks naturally came up watching folks be in the same spot until they was in the casket. Every week. So, you know, right now, we don't, it doesn't dawn on us that everybody else ain't doing it. But look at our Congressional Black Caucus. The only thing that they will regenerate themselves over while getting another young individual in there talks just like them. There's no new, fresh idea. It's just the same old boule BS. So with no further ado, here is, I believe, New Jersey. This problem belongs to you.
Faith effort by Cornyn, any other Republicans, to negotiate with Democrats on gun legislation. It has not, it hasn't worked before.
Guns.
This time, do you think that there's going to be a good faith effort to do it?
Oh, yeah, here's another thing. They're talking about an assault weapon ban. AR-15s are not assault weapons. So what good would the assault weapon ban do against the weapons that they're actually using? I have to say, again, that's just my opinion. I call shenanigans. All this gun, I'm telling you, it's good cop, bad cop. Let's ban this, let's ban that. If y'all remember, because I don't know how many of y'all really stay tuned in to C-SPAN, but if y'all remember, there was a few years back, that's how they all know this gun conversation's absolute garbage. There is nothing that can be done, because when they finally got one time, was able to get it to the floor and had to break it down with how it would be applied to against the Constitution, it can't be. It absolutely can't be. So there is no reform coming for no guns. They can't do it. They've already done it. They've got it all the way down to the floor. And then when they tried to work through the bill, they figured out, like, no, it's impossible to do it because this is ironclad. Now, so what the only next thing they could probably start doing is talking about, well, how do we address the Second Amendment? You don't. That's how. You don't. Because let's look at the history. Well, I'll get into that after that. But listen to what what these fine gentlemen are about to say.
Well, let me just say, I think of these, these school shootings as a violation of our societal norms. I mean, this is like a mass trauma, similar to a terrorist attack. My boys go to daycare here.
Okay. So right off the rip, shenanigans. That's why I just played you the thing from Portland. So just talking about my local area and all the mass shootings that happen here by just around me in my area. That doesn't even say what's going on where all of y'all are at. Now this is YouTube. This fine gentleman right here, which is state south of New York, so he's well aware of the Buffalo tragedy, totally skips over that to talk solely about the school shootings. But like I just called that, that's shenanigans, because it's not a new phenomenon. This was back in the 90s. There's no new phenomenon that's been going on. What you're not addressing is these people who subscribe to all of this white supremacist rhetoric and ideology. All of them did. I mean, that's one of them did. Oh, here's another thing that they were also into: Satan worship. Go figure.
In Dallas, their daycare is beefing up security. Parents today were talking about the drills that the kids have to go through. My 3-year-old has drills where they have to, hide in place. And so I have some colleagues who I know are also parents who on the Republican side, who I know are people of goodwill, who I hope we can work together to find something. To me, it makes sense to make sure that an 18-year-old can't walk into a gun store and buy 2 AR-15s and hundreds of rounds of ammunition when he can't.
He can go get a government-issued weapon, put it right in his hand, and a uniform saying, "Sir, yes, sir, I'll kill them right there." The hell are you talking about, Negro? I mean, really, though. See, this is what I'm talking about. We have these people and individuals in our midst that act like what we seeing, like we're not all seeing the same thing. And he gonna try to get up here and talk to us about some school shooting. Say, bruh, you've been hearing the beating drum for 2 weeks about an anti-black hate crime bill. But you up here talking about some school and gun reform, and down limit, kiss our black ass. You can go over there with them folks, man. Maybe your zaddy will take care of you when it's all said and done. He'll take care of you, all right. I'm sure he got that one with your name on it, dummy.
Buy a beer. I think that makes sense as an initial step. But there are other areas that we know have 88, 75, 90% of the support of Americans. Hopefully we can do something on that. And I think we have to push for it. We have to fight for it. We can't just say that it hasn't worked in the past. We have to try again.
Oh, man. It's just ridiculous. And what are we voting for? Oh, we're going to lose our right to vote. What the hell are we voting for? Well, we need somebody in there. See, what we need to do is we need to get a candidate that look just like us. And then when we get a candidate that look just like us, then they're going to get in there and we got representation. No, that's not how it works. Well, that's what they said it worked. Oh, Lord. Okay. One more real quick. And let me just show you how this weirdo is trying to take such a pivot. And I'm just telling you, man, these people have to absolutely be thrown away, man. We're done with y'all. We're absolutely freaking done with y'all, man. And without further ado, man, bobblehead special.
mean for your district, Congressman?
I completely agree with Chairwoman Joyce Beatty, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. We know that African Americans take on 85% more educational debt than white Americans. It postpones for those families the ability to save for retirement, the ability to purchase a home, the ability to provide developmental opportunities for your family.
And that's why y'all all ask. That's why y'all really need to be dealt with. Like, get removed from position and power, and retired. Somebody needs to send y'all on to the rest home, because, yo, the simple thing that can happen if you got on board with the rest of the people who look just like you, who keep hollering the same thing that you're not. That simple word is reparations. And it should make sense since you say you're so much for black folks. But I mean, good grief. You're up here talking about, well, if we relieve students, that's still for everybody. These Negroes are still trying to sell us something that everybody gets. We are not taking anything less than specific tangibles. Y'all gonna watch Herschel Walker beat your little girl down there in Atlanta. Y'all finna have Governor Herschel Walker. And let that be a lesson to you damn Democrats. Kick up the tangibles and stop talking to us like we don't know nothing. And Eric Adams running for president ain't gonna cut it either. We ain't fooling with that Negro. You can keep him and keep his little cop antics, him wanting to be I'm the Biden of New York. Then it's because he's the Biden of New York. When he runs for president, he'll be the Black Biden. What's so funny is that bid means that Joe Biden is only running for, I'm sorry, he's not. So that means right now Joe Biden has no plans on running for re-election, which is kind of interesting because actually when you think about it, I haven't heard any means of him really talking about that. They flirted with that idea, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Might end up being like Ronald Reagan all over again. And me and Nancy. I mean, it might be like that for all of y'all old enough to remember Reagan's second term. Lord.
And that's in large part because African Americans attending college are more often going to be first-time college goers. They're going to come from households with lower wealth and household income. So I believe firmly that canceling student debt is going to be an important step forward as we are going to address the racial wealth gap in.
Nigga, you get him. I'm trying to keep it brother, close the racial, with reparations, bruh. I mean, are you kidding? Oh, yeah, well, we could do all this. He's trying to talk all the way around the reason why we're in this situation is because we didn't get reparations. You haven't broke us off our protective status. We're still getting taxed up the yin yang, and we're not even being paid even the goodies that these immigrants are getting coming in here. And you got the nerve to sit up there and right now to get up there on TV with Al Bobblehead Sharpton talking about trying to talk around all of these issues and act like student debt cancellation. I don't have no student debt. My wife does, but I don't. I mean, so yeah, it would help my household, but it doesn't help me. See, reparations mean I get a check, my wife get a check, my children get checks, my nephew, my sister, my daddy, my mama. Shoot, my grandma, actually, if y'all can, go ahead and, is my grandma still going? Shoot, so she go ahead and take her 97-year-old self right on to the bank. better I sign that? Yeah, kick it over, man. And we not listening to this mess no more. We're done with these type of Negroes. Like, if you think this is what being black is in America in 2022, nah, this is what not wanting to be black is in 2022. Because right now, I mean, here's another concept that people get for some reason, a real strange concept in their mind. Like, so what if you get paid your reparations? You guys want to leave the America? No, we built it. What you mean? Just as Brother Cicero said in Mandingo, you brought us here in chains. This land is much ours as it is yours. Shoot, what you mean? Where are we going? No, we finished it up here and thing now. If that's a worry, that means that even being on an even playing field with foundational Black Americans is terrifying.
This nation,
earning them
and
biscuits.
I've called on President Biden to use the authorities that he's given, and in the absence of doing that, Democrats have to come together in Congress to provide relief to student borrowers in this country.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Lord. And see, they use these universal things. So if everybody gets universal relief, then isn't everybody still at the same position that they were yesterday? I mean, so that ain't no benefit. I don't know what the hell these people be talking about. But, I mean, we already do understand what we know.
Got to watch these old niggas.
I mean, if you didn't know, that's word. So let me play this real quick. Let me see. Of course, I got to do this again because this is Friday and this is the weekly wrap up.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. Let me see here. Let me check out this little story real quick. So it looks like Barack and Michelle have popped out once again. Oh, Lord. I mean, the Panda Olympics are just getting outrageous. This is the picture they have up for this article. Let me read this to you, family. Okay. Barack and Michelle Obama honor George Floyd. Let's recommit to the work of change. Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama are remembering George Floyd on the 2-year anniversary of his murder. At least they're actually accurately getting that one right now. Let's see. On April 20th, 2021, former Minneapolis, talking about how he was, that was this year, wasn't it? April 20th, 2021, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, I guess so, was convicted and sentenced to 22 years in prison for charges related to Floyd's death. On May 25th, the former POTUS and FLOTUS shared tributes to Floyd on their respective Instagram accounts, taking a moment to address the activism spurred from anger that arose in the aftermath of his death and to acknowledge the recent mass shootings that are also dominating headlines in this painful anniversary. Okay, so alrighty. It is. Okay. So, quote, as we grieve the children of Uvalde today, we should take a time to recognize that 2 years have passed since the murder of George Floyd under the knee of a police officer. The former president wrote on Instagram acknowledging the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas on May 24th. Quote, his killing stays with us all to this day, especially those who loved him, unquote. In her own post, the former First Lady added, I know there's a lot going on right now, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by grief, coming at us from so many different directions. Yesterday, it was the senseless horror and murder of school children and educators in Uvalde, Texas. Not long before, it was the hateful murder of Black folks in Buffalo. Oh, at least she was able to throw that in. At least she slipped it in there. Well, thanks, Michelle. You gave us that much now, didn't you? Cool. Today, we remember another trauma, one that's still with us in so many ways. It's been 2 years since George Floyd was brutally killed by a police officer. Thinking back to that video and those 9 minutes and 29 seconds still shakes so many of us to our core. And it should. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Whose dog is this? That's the Google dog, y'all. In the wake of so much preventable gun violence, the Obamas recognized the heavy mental and emotional toll felt collectively across the nation, calling on readers to harness their emotions and turn them into action. Quote, in the aftermath of Floyd's murder, a new generation of activists rose up to channel their anguish and organize action, launching a movement to raise awareness of no, that's not what happened. To raise awareness of systematic racism and the need for criminal justice and police reform. Negro, that wasn't out of near person's mouth over here in the grassroots. No, this is pull-up summer. We all about justice over here, pimp. I don't know what you talking about. So number one, white folks, do not listen to this garbage because that is not what Black folks was out there about. We was out there about we want justice now, justice now, justice now. Let's remember the wave of protest that rattled our conscience. It rattled your conscience? No, it didn't. It got y'all up here talking about crime right now. What the hell y'all talking about? It rattled your conscience. My ass it did. Oh, yeah. Look at that rattled conscience right here, right of your brown brothers. Boy, what a rattled conscience that must be, huh? Yeah, real rattled there, huh, fella? Ooh-wee. I guess that was the appropriate picture. Yeah, okay. It's because we're talking about George Floyd. See the coalition there? The former floaters continued, quote, as we reflect on his murder, as we mourn those school children, which were mostly probably children of those were Dreamer children, let's also remember that the million of people who turned their sadness into anger, into activism 2 years ago, let's remember the wave of protest that rattled our conscience. Let's recommit to the work of change, whether it has to do with our own communities. Whether it has to do with how our own communities are policed, how our criminal justice system is designed, or how long we'll continue to accept gun violence as a way of life. Family. They just roll these people out here just to absolutely spit in your face. That's all they look to do. They just roll these people out here so they would just come out here and spit all in Black folks' faces. But let me tell you something. Here, we don't go out like that. Here, we absolutely just do not go out here like that. I mean, the nerve of these people. You done sat up in that White House for 8 years, didn't do nothing. All these Black folks getting murdered up under your watch. And you going to sit up here and try to talk to us like now, well, man, we all got to do better. If you don't miss me, miss me. I don't even think so. Man. Yeah, hate is first taught at home. The cycles of destruction. And with this dude right here, this dude who's part of the Proud Boys, let me show you something, y'all, because something that y'all might not be aware of. And all of this footage that I'm gonna show you is 2018. So what I'm pointing out here is that, how did this happen? Social media, blah, 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 blah. No, you're not going after the full. Well, actually, you don't even mention 4chans and the Breitbarts and all of these other right-wing entities. There are no one saying anything. Oh, let's see. I don't know why you won't just get in this chat. I'm just have a whole line of comments I have to go clear out. Obviously, suspected white supremacists are irritated at my message tonight, but that's okay. Tell your friends. There are more of us that are awake than are not. So, with that being said, and see, here's another thing. Y'all be like, oh, this patriotic. No, your only dedication is to Satan and white supremacy. I know this. You know this. So let's not play games. So much so because most people, oh, patriots, we're patriots. Oh, as soon as you get mad, though, what do? All of a sudden, oh, let's rebel. You don't know what you want to do. You got an American flag right there. You got a Confederate flag right there, or a rebel flag, rendition of a flag with an AR-15 in the middle of it, showing all of your propensity for white violence. You understand? I'm sure somebody's sitting there like, oh my God, oh Lord, oh, this Negro. But this is y'all. And so let's show people what this last person was involved with, because they're trying to downplay that. And make no mistake, let me go first. Let me read this article to you, because the thing that I'm pointing out tonight is hate starts at home. And what is home for a white supremacist? It is white society. So how does white society treat their future sadistic murderers? Well, this is one way. By making sure that we all know that this person was caught with swastikas and racist paraphernalia and even did racist acts and has all these damn guns. But hey, you know what? Man, yeah. We'll just let him out with a little bit of bail. We're just going to keep these guns for safekeeping, because they're not really tied to any crime yet. But look at the picture on top, and then that's the little dude with the Patriot Prayer tattoo right there. So let's read it. Suspect arrested, search warrant served in connection with biased crime investigation. In the early morning hours of Wednesday, May 25th, 2022, the Portland Police Bureau investigators, assisted by members of Clackamas County Sheriff's Office, arrested a 35-year-old man in connection with a April 22 biased crime at a Northeast Portland Community Center. That was at a mosque, ladies and gentlemen. And most people would be like, oh, well, that was Arabs and stuff like that. No. No. These are black Muslims. There are Africans and some Arabs mixed in with them, but these are actually, it is the mosque that is an offshoot of what Brother Malcolm X started after he left the Nation of Islam. So that is what that is. So let's be clear of the history of that mosque. Okay. So this dude's name is Jarl Judson Rockhill of West Lynn, which is like a well-to-do suburb out here. He was arrested after a traffic stop in Clackamas County. After the arrest, a search warrant was served in his vehicle, served on his vehicle and his home by members of Clackamas County. Sheriff's Office, Special Weapons and Tactics Team, and Portland Police investigators. Evidence linking Rock Hill to the crime was seized during the search warrant, and numerous rifles, handguns, and related items were taken for safekeeping, as they were not specifically linked to any criminal investigation. Well, of course, you weren't looking at him for no criminal investigation. But with all of that propaganda, you had all them weapons and you didn't think that maybe one of them guns have been used in a crime? Maybe probably a biased situation, because you would see a dude with all of this paraphernalia, all of this weaponry, and think that he just had it for no reason. Okay. The reporting party told officers that an unknown subject placed a neo-Nazi propaganda sticker on the fence and property early morning hours of April 24th. Surveillance video given to police showed the suspect and an associated vehicle. Okay, so they got him and his car. So they had him dead to right. Investigators with Portland Police Criminal Intelligence Unit began a follow-up investigation and identified the suspect, Jarl Rockhill, and his vehicle. Investigators applied for, received the search warrant and the arrest. Okay. So let's see me going on. So Rockhill was booked into Clackamas County Jail on arrest warrant for bias crime in the second degree. Additional charges of bias crime in the first degree and criminal mischief in the third degree are pending in Multnomah County. That first degree better be there, because he did it on a black and Arab Muslim or Islamic mosque. So let's see. Quote, "We have seen the effects of hate and intolerance and the violence it can lead to," unquote. See that this type of hate and that violence, what does it all have in common? It's white violence. Yeah, pending, because the Multnomah County is my county. Clackamas County is the county south that involves. That's where West Lynn is. So West Lynn is like, on the other side of the river, and kind of on the hill. They're on the other side of Lake No Negro, which is called Lake Oswego. But it's Lake No Negro because up until just a few years ago, they had to be forced to take something off of their books that had been there for years, which meant the city charter of Lake Oswego is no Negroes. Simple as that. So, understanding how these people like to get down, when they feel like they might have their rights infringed upon. And when I say their rights, I mean the rights of privilege and the rights of always having a superior position, although completely being inferior in every aspect. But nonetheless, let's take a flashback.
Bringing the children into it any more than we have to. We're doing it for the children. But I don't feel that they are old enough to understand the problem as it is.
Do you think a Negro family moving here will affect the community as a whole?
Definitely.
In what way?
I think that, the property values will immediately go down if they are allowed to move in here in any number.
And what of the dream of middle-class respectability? If a Negro family can afford what you can afford, how do you justify your feeling of superiority? What other objections?
So I want y'all to stop coming over here talking about what we talking about. Why ain't no white supremacy? Ain't no white supremacy. What the hell you think feeling superior means? Punk ass niggas be over come talking. Ain't no white supremacy. You hear it out their mouth. They have to justify their feelings of superiority. superiority, aka supreme. Well, we got to just be changing the verbiage because, you know, they ain't really supreme because by definition, supreme. Oh, God. Y'all into semantics. Yo, you see them over there? They don't like you. Is it that simple for you? Is it simple enough? Let's stop playing games. That's coward talk. Oh, well, what about this? No, it's coward talk. That's what we got to deal with. Now, if you don't believe it, shit, they don't care about their own. As soon as they get pissed off, look what they start doing. That's the one side of the melee. All white. Because see, here's something that happens. All of those white folks get to come down here and tear shit up, and then all of a sudden you're getting crime laws based on what they did, not even being from our city. All of these damn plants. That's what I'm saying. No, Democrats, we are done fooling with you. You have made a fool of us long enough. And at this point, you know, we hear now, why don't y'all just get a candidate? We got one. As soon as we got one, all y'all little typical add water and stir coons came right out of the forefront trying to besmirch the brother. So, what they say. I ran up on the old video I played when before we even knew who Marcel was. And I was like, who is this cat that ran up on Pete Buttigieg? And ran up on Clyburn? Like, who is this cat? I just ran up on that video today. Like, oh man. See where it all started. Oh man. Like I said, this program this is the little engine that could. So yeah, we're gonna get some of these videos in here because I just want to show y'all, because they're like, oh man, all of this stuff. Man, look. All of this stuff that you're about to see right now is from 2018. Not no 2020, 2018. All that white violence. Jeez. But there is something here I want to point out in this real quick. So look at the flags that the Patriot Prayer guys are carrying. Are you noticing anything? Take a good, solid look. There you go. Look in the background. You see a British flag, don't you? Do y'all see the British flag and the French flag? Why would they be going to those very so Eurocentric colors? Why are they bringing those flags out when they're supposed to be American? You said skinheads fighting skinheads in my city, pretty much. When you're seeing those Britain flags, now remember what I read from Roman McClay. He's talking about, or what was it, the Eurocentric or Euro-centered view. So if y'all remember when I read the review of Roman McClay's book, Sanction, And they're talking about how, oh, I never thought. Yeah. So one thing that Roman McClay was very big in was identity politics. So not all white people were white to him. Not all white people are white to them, because these are the same people who subscribe to the Great Replacement theory and the Sanction book, which is Sanction is a like Sanction is like a fictional space spin on the Great Replacement theory. That's why when I was reading the review of how that person received reading Sanction, sounded just like how somebody would be talking about, and also some of the phrases were kind of sounding parody. From the manifesto of Peyton Gendron, and then of this Sanction book review. Isn't that odd? Isn't that odd? Well, look at what we got on the screen. You got a whole bunch of European flags. So is it about representing America? Or is it just simply about representing whiteness? Here's some more. Here we go. So in between random racist acts, they were doing a Cupid shuffle. Like, that's really real. Whoo! Weirdos, man. Weirdos. But again, look at what they're turning out. They're turning out a bunch of these crazed maniacs that can't do nothing but kill something. Right? Yeah, there's more. I'm going to play you some more. Oh, I need to show you this one. Let you see how the police get down. Because we're like, oh, how is this happening? I mean, I just can't understand. It's the rap music. If you don't get your punk ass out of here with that. Ain't no damn rap music, because what do white supremacists care about listening to rap music? You listening to rap music? That's me. Check this out.
It's not racist. It's not racist. No. But heritage is a word that covers a lot of different stuff.
No evidence of police shooting indiscriminately into the crowd. Okay, it's on video.
What's your name? Leo Hall.
And who did that? The cops?
The cops, yeah. I was standing there and he just went boom, like that. And I had a cane, knocked my glasses off. I'm glad they didn't break because I can't afford to buy new glasses. I am so pissed.
How old are you, sir?
61. Fuck you.
Now, like I said, this is not after George Floyd. This is from 2018. Now, do you understand why these police are out there pushing them back? They're out there to push the anti-Proud Boy crowd back. That is literally what you're looking at right now. That's literally what you're looking at. They are pushing the anti-Proud Boy, anti-three percenters, Patriot Prayer, because it was Patriot Prayer, Proud Boys, and three percenters, and the Oath Keepers. So they're all together. You know, they all, like I said, if you look at the back of their shirts, that should say Columbia River, which is our river right here. So, look. This is how they keep coming. Oh man, it's the media, it's social media. That means us. So trust me, they're not taking any cues from us other than the fact of we're pushing what we want. So here's your reparations. Here, buck is broken and all of this. So clearly, foundational Black Americans are running the yard as far as everybody is concerned. And they are so extremely ticked off and worried about it. And, you know, one thing is for certain is that, you know, the smoke ain't coming from just the angry white supremacists. No, you got these left wing. They sending their other little minions out to do their little politics as well. But I'm just saying, look at this. We go, how do we get here? And how does this happen? Because you protect white supremacists with this type of power.
What do you think about all this, man?
Those Nazis got to go, man. You know, my dad and 6 of my uncles fought these guys in Europe and the Pacific, and here they are, you know, flaunting their crap here.
The bullets, and I saw people gassed, and it was brutal, unreal.
You would have thought that was from 2020, huh? No, 2018. You notice how nobody on the street got masks on except for the ones that are trying to avoid tear gas. So, just letting you know, how the police, don't let nobody tell you that the police ain't in cahoots with these people. Yeah, the hell they are.
Nazis are not welcome here! Nazis are not welcome here!
Look at the line they got. You see that? So the police are literally forming the line in front of the anti-Nazi protesters. But how did we get here? I mean, how can you did? You emboldened them. That's a societal thing. So just remember, like that dude said, well, we can't act like every time this happens. It's a societal thing. Yes, the hell it is. And let's just revisit that one more time before we go to the Fizzons. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to open up this phone line because I want to hear from y'all about what y'all got to say about this and how they keep trying to shift the narrative to everything else other than anti-blackness. Man, let's just listen. I'm going to let this one roll. Just listen to this dude's dog whistle talk, family, and understand, man, these people left and right are circling their wagons to figure out they're having the elite are going to go meet. There is only one problem that exists, family. I mean, right now, what's going on here is more news than what's going on over in Ukraine. They're probably still sneaking money over there. But one more time.
To quote the late President Ronald Reagan, we must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It's time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his actions. And that's why we, the NRA, will never, ever stop fighting for the right of the innocent and the law-abiding to defend themselves against the evil criminal element that plagues our society. because we know there can be no freedom, no security, no safety without the right of the law-abiding to bear arms for self-defense.
Now, I hope y'all picking up on all them damn dog whistles that dude was over there giving out, because that absolutely was that. Nothing but a dog whistle, and proud to do so. So because every law-abiding citizen, that's another thing. Y'all remember in Mason when the dude was talking about tax-paying citizens, and all the you were hearing people around the curfews talking about free Americans. Oh man, all free American. I'm a free American. All them terms started popping up out of nowhere. Was this in Portland where all the protests went on with the Proud Boy? Hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Like this, I mean, man, where I live is it's heavily white, but these people used to have a rule. They were terrified to come in my neighborhood. So until they figured out how to finally gentrify, they finally made their way over to North Portland and push folks all the way the opposite way out east. Like if you're in North Portland, north is north. Like they ain't even like there's no northwest of North Portland. North is north. It's a dead end. So there is a park that is at the end of this dead end. And I mean, so where we are is basically North Portland. Here's the problem. See, North Portland is actually where everybody desired geographically to be. But that's just where all the Negroes was. So now in the Albina district, we have the hospital, the stadium, and downtown. It's like there's a freeway off ramp right into the hood. Like come straight over from over on the other side. So you go straight from the west side to the east side. Just like that. So yeah, this is Portland. Back in 2018, when because see again, back then they were already gearing up and warming up for their little whatever, like we got to get ready and we're preparing. So they were building their little numbers up then, and started pumping up people with their propaganda. And then you have the Roman McClays out there pushing that sanction bull. And so then, of course, you got these police over here assisting. So yeah, what this is exposing is this Proud Boys, Oath Keepers network that produced these little children. That's why they were out there. Boogaloo Boys, yeah, let's not forget about them. So remember, who was Kyle Rittenhouse out there with? Wasn't he out there with the Boogaloo Boys and the Oath Keepers? Yeah. So they got ties with law enforcement. It ain't no mystery. Nah, no mystery at all, family. So with that being said, again, we are on the weekly wrap up. Oh, look like I froze. So one more time for your mind, and then we're going to take a quick break.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. So what we are about to do right now is take a quick little break, and then I am going to open up the phone lines to hear from the family about what you have seen tonight, about what you have ingested about this white violence, and, you know, just how you are understanding that they are going to, how they are coming at us. And I would like to know y'all take on what y'all think are means of combating these attacks that they are perpetrating against us. Uh-oh. What happened to me? How did I go black? Hopefully I'm still there. Okay, it looks like I'm still there. Okay, I'm like off on one screen. Oh, okay, there we go. Not sure what happened there. That was weird. But okay. So looks like we're good. So bear with me. So give me a hot second. We're going to have this little tune, which is the first time that I've ever played this particular song on this broadcast, I believe. Ever. I think I played a lot of other tunes, but this is the first one. So I think the song's title will be self-explanatory, and maybe you guys can figure out who this person is. Who knows? But we will be right back at the Beatzilla PDX official show.
Sometimes I'm feeling all alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. Nobody understands me, but I'm trying to get the world to see. So many things, please believe me. I'm still here 'cause I know he keeps me. Oh, the answer is love. Oh, answer is love. Yeah. Questions, oh, they're looking for an answer. They need something new. They need something they can feel. They need some of that good old-fashioned music, simply real. And that's life, and that's music. Yeah, yeah. We do it for the love of music. Yes, we do, we do. We do it for the love of music. This music we make for you. We do it for the love of music and the gift that we give to you.
right. All right. Get this number here. Okay, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Let me get this number in here. Come on now. Okay. All right, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that little ditty. Like I said, I think the title would be self-explanatory. So let me do this here. All right. We gonna get it in. All right, so we are opening up the phone lines tonight. So if y'all let me get this going here. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So the number is in the chat. Let's put a message. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we got, let me get you in here real quick. All right, okay, let them know who you are and where you're calling from.
B1 Beatzilla fam, it's Helen, aka Judah Queen, calling from Owens Mills, Maryland. How y'all doing?
Good. What you got for us this evening, Judah Queen?
Yeah, I just wanted to call up early on the first because I'm about to get ready for bed and finish cleaning up. But thanks for the wonderful broadcast. I wanted to talk about this white violence going on in our country. It's wild, and I thank you for pulling up those receipts, because you know how these races are up here talking about we are the violent ones. No, we're not the violent ones. They are the violent ones.
Absolutely.
And they promote their violence. They promote this ideology of the replacement theory, and they're the ones who are continuously being just a threat to everyone, especially Black Americans. And I'm sick with the media pushing away the what happened in Buffalo on our Black families. And there's you see how a lot of the people on Twitter, they're focusing all their energy on what happened in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like Buffalo didn't happen. Like,
Right.
that's crazy. And we see through it, and I really appreciate the B1 families for calling out on their social media, and also about the you know how these white men are so violent. It's interesting how Don Lemon is the one who, in 2018, he was the one who saying white males are the biggest terror
That's
and the
right.
biggest threat in this country, while he laying up with one. But that ain't none of my business. But it's very interesting, and I don't care for him because he's a hypocrite, and yeah, he's a coon too. So just wanted to talk about that, and the family need to be careful when they are out, like when you're like going grocery shopping. Keep your eye out on people. I always keep my eye out. I don't have a weapon like everyone else, a gun yet, but I will take care of that soon as I can.
Yes, indeed.
You know the circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
but I do protect myself with anything I have. And black people need to stop going to the stores wearing the Nike slides and all that, sandals and all that, and the bonnets, just looking nasty and unprepared, like Jason Black was talking about. I saw another brother with his coming out the store, and I'm just shaking my head. Like I've been keeping an eye on that. I watch black women when they're out shopping. All people be on their phones, not paying attention to where they're going. I see that a lot, and all people just need to really take heed and be careful out in these streets, and don't get gas at night, especially if you're a female. But even if you're a man, but black people don't do that because that's dangerous. And always try to go out with someone else in groups. If you have to go somewhere by yourself, watch yourself, be careful, stay vigilant. And yeah, just you know, stay safe because we're in the last days and these people's trying to take our lives because they're quote unquote being replaced. Like y'all need to be getting in the bedroom and making babies and stop worrying about what we doing. Cause we ain't up here trying to replace. How can you replace a devil? Well, I guess it's funny because these so-called Asians, the ones who are racist, the white ones, they're the ones who will take, you know, are basically upholding the white supremacist ideology. So I don't understand that, but that's that's they feel as though that these people are replacing too. Well, they are. I mean, they are one and the same. They have Neanderthal DNA, except the
Right.
ones who have the dark skin and everything, the original one. But hey, we not even thinking about them. We thinking about protecting ourselves. That's the only that's the only thing we think about is protecting ourselves.
Facts.
But yeah, that's all I had to say. And like I said, be careful out in these streets, please. Because
Absolutely.
if you have a gun, use it. And we need to get all self defense together anyway. And
Facts.
all elderly people need to you know stay safe in these streets and be careful when you're going into certain stores. Because I was told it was like a threat put out that black people be shot in Walmart and Target
Oh
stores,
wow.
and this is in Maryland.
Oh
And
wow.
this somebody on Twitter that I follow had shared that with me.
Okay.
So any store, it don't matter where you at, especially in the black neighborhoods. Be careful, watch your back, and yeah, and thank you, Beatzilla, for playing that about what's going on in Baltimore.
Yes.
I haven't been following that with Merlin Mosby.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who's on that list though of officers.
That's a lot of
I really
officers.
wonder.
300 cops.
Yeah, and also it's interesting. They killed a cop named Detective Suter about 2 years ago, and they swept that under the rug real quick. So
Oh wow.
Baltimore police are corrupt, and
Wow.
they kill people, black people. They kill Freddie Gray, and they
Right.
killed their own. Yeah,
Okay.
I call
Wow.
that white male. Yeah, so y'all be careful. Watch y'all backs. Watch all these devils,
Absolutely.
these
Absolutely.
people, and also Blue Lives Matter is is under fire, and I'm so happy about that.
Yes.
And we're going to keep going at them, putting out this truth. Hashtag white violence needs to end.
Yes, indeed.
And y'all need these mayos, y'all need if any of y'all listening, I know y'all are, y'all need to stop being hypocrites. Work on your homes. Teach your children to treat up. Well, they don't teach that in their homes. We teach. I know what my mother taught me in my home. She didn't teach us none of that. What they teaching.
Well, that's the difference between the righteous and the devils. But
Yep.
but shoot, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much, Judah Queen, for calling in.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
indeed.
I love new black media.
Yes,
Be one,
indeed.
y'all.
Black first.
Good
Black
night.
first. Have a good one. Peace.
You too. Peace.
All right. Judah Queen in the house. All right. And again, like she was saying, I would have to definitely double down on if you can avoid getting your gas at night. But here in Oregon, for those who don't know, we don't pump our own gas, so it's different out here. You're gonna be at a gas station whenever really here because you're not out of your car pumping your gas, so nobody even really knows who's in your car if you got like tents or something like that. But for all intents and purposes, like for all of y'all who are in these states that have to pump your own gas, I would definitely, especially you sisters, because these people love soft targets. So avoiding being out there, whether you heat it or not, just being able to be in a position to avoid a confrontation altogether would probably be in your best interest. But if you cannot avoid such said confrontation, well, then you got to do what you got to do. And, it is what it is. You gotta get that no means no off on them. I mean, it is what it is, family. All right. So the number is still up there. If y'all want to call in, go ahead and call on in. Especially if you have never called in here before. You can definitely do so. And if you have called in before, you can still definitely do so. So I would like to know because see, here's the thing that they're trying to avoid dealing with is how they groom these killers. They groom these killers to believe that we should be able to go out here and kill. That's why you have people trying to always come out and say, Kyle Rittenhouse did what he did in self-defense, but he left his house in mind of harm. That's why he left with a loaded weapon. Going around people that he doesn't actually associate with. He associates with people who subscribe to the Great Replacement Theory. So, there is that. But nonetheless, what did y'all think about the song I played? Did y'all like that? Hopefully y'all did and enjoyed that rendition of a song called Love, written by yours truly. If you didn't know. All right. So you can't call in because your phone is acting up. Oh, no. Well, that happens. Hey, Nikki, I ain't heard from you. Why don't you go ahead and give a call in, Chief Moderator. What is that at? Yeah, let's see what I got here. Okay. You said it's very nice. Thank you, TJ. You said it was beautiful. Thank you, Nikki. TJ, very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a trip. I don't know what's going on with the phones. I've been having this issue on Twitter here lately. to where it's like every time I'm trying to go into a space, it's literally like it'll bring the space up, but then all of a sudden I can't hear nothing. You said, what will you say? There we go. We get that. All right. All right. For the first time on the line, we actually got my chief moderator in the house. We got Nikki the God.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
Good,
What are we
good.
talking about?
The
hate beginning, basically.
yes, yes. How the hate begins at home.
Yeah, they teach their kids to hate early on. I have seen them standing on the bus stop, like on the on the crosswalk,
Mm-hmm.
and they use the slow down for them to let them go across the street, and they teach their kids not to go when you tell them to go.
Oh,
Just stupid
wow.
shit like that. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't trust them at all. Any of them.
It's understandable. It's very understandable.
Hey, did you see that little girl in your picture there, in the pink shirt? She looks straight up evil.
Oh, the with the mama?
Yeah.
Yeah, she do.
She looks straight up evil. All them kids are like killers in the making. And I hate to talk about kids like that, but you have to be careful.
Right.
You never know what's walking amongst you. It's like they're building them up to be like, you know that episode of Tariq where he was making like some type of evil monster or something? That's what they're doing with their kids.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And that is how the evil and the hate starts at home. I guess I could have used those words interchangeable, evil and hate, but I figured hate since they like using it so much.
Yeah, because one is a verb. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, right. So that's what I'm like, well, let me go ahead and use that. That way, since they're using, well, it's hate this and hate that. Okay, well, see, where does the hate begin?
Yeah.
Easy. So shoot, I won't keep you long because I know you don't like being on the phone. But anything you want to say?
I'm getting better at my shyness, though. I'm getting better. One day I might pop up and be on video. I am just getting more open. So
Good.
You never know.
It's all a matter of time.
Okay. Well, thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, that is Nikki, my chief moderator, right there in the house. Sometimes you just got to kick them out the nest. Just go ahead and get your feet wet. But yes, Frankenstein, like she said, like Tariq was talking about, creating a monster, and that is what literally is taking place when. Like what I showed y'all. Shawana asks, hey, black women stand up. Welcome. I see you in the house. Oh, Roger Allen, what's going on? So like when you see that whole line of cops, like there's a whole line of cops protecting the Proud Boys. But again, keep in mind, this dude right here he's a Proud Boy. So the dude who was caught with all of this stuff is a Proud Boy. There's his little tattoo on his arm. So that's the whole thing about it. But what really kills me is the other Proud Boys, the other two on the top left. So you got the whole Hispanic dude over here, and then you have a whole Samoan in the middle. I mean, these people are absolute idiots. And then when we start talking about what we want, then, oh, man, you guys must be like black supremacists or something like that, man. You like black supremacists, man. Man, you like black supremacists. No, we are not. We are not black. There's no such thing anyway, because we can't harm you with impunity and not be punished and then go say, oh, yeah, we had a mental disorder. That doesn't work for us, Just back with to what Nikki was saying. Look at that little girl. Good grief. Good grief. DJ Segwan said the tethers were showing their ass on Twitter today. Now, I'm not surprised. I mean, because right now, the tethers are the odd man out. The tether is the odd man out. Reason being is because they have their white immigrants right now. And so with the tethers, I mean, they're running out of space, and we putting on the pressure for whatever it is. That's why you think they got them Haitians up out of here so quick? Because see, you're not going to send no more black immigrants here in mass that ain't going to get down on our program. That shit just ain't going to happen. So they had to get them Negroes back on that boat and them planes hella fast. They got them folks up out of here so fast that CNN had to fly down to Haiti and meet them people at the airport. You understand me? Like, yeah, they got their asses up out of here. So lickety split, man. Yeah, get up out of here. Yeah, you're not staying here. No. We got another plan for you. Matter of fact, we had some news coming down here, but we just gonna tell y'all. Matter of fact, instead of that, let's just go down. Meet us in Haiti. They got themselves out there. They over there whipping them with straps. Like, man, something incites these people when they see black skin. So when they see our brothers and sisters from the Caribbeans and all of these other melanated areas, not saying that they're foundational black Americans, do not get me confused. What I'm saying is melanin all over the world, which they have a hatred of. Now they have a hatred of our melanin and our blood. That's what is really the problem for them with us. But they hate melanin abroad. But they hate us specifically by families. You understand me? I mean, man, they know who had that ass over there in Europe. So, I mean, they why you think it's us over everybody else that they're really so concerned about? They ain't stupid. It's us that's ignorant of who we are and of our own past. You better tap into what's in your juice. That juice running through your veins. There's something that pumping, ain't it? Man, some life force from what you is, man. Yeah, you better figure out where that come from. I mean, like y'all seen what I put on Instagram today. Sometimes a lion realizes that he's a lion. Yeah, that tends to happen from time to time. Hey, you know what? I ain't on the bottom of the food chain. What am I doing? We a bunch of eagles sitting around chilling with chickens, and the chickens is running the yard. Something wrong with that. Y'all, I know y'all have had to hear that story before. If y'all have not, then I don't know where y'all been raised. Y'all have had to hear the chicken and the eagle story, I know. You dig? DJ Segwan, yeah. I mean, man, I know y'all have had to hear that story. TC, yep. Man. So, it is about that 3-hour mark, and I think I've had I've had two calls. I've had two calls, Nikki and Judah. I understand if, especially for those of y'all who've been in spaces all day, I would not expect you to want to be jumping right back on the phone. If y'all been in there getting your ears beat down with a bunch of cross talking, oh man, yeah, let your brain rest. Let your brain rest. Ooh, boy, I bet there's so much bouncing back and forth make your eyes water. Ooh, hey, man, you already know. You mean the chicken hawk? Oh, no, not the chicken hawk. I'm talking about the eagle amongst the chickens. It's a story that says the eagle had got lost and separated, fell out the nest, and before it learned how to fly fell into the chicken coop. And so as it fell into the chicken coop, the chicken was like, hey, that ain't no chicken. What kind of bird is that? That's a damn eagle. Well, hey, we can't kill it because we're not strong enough to kill it, but they don't know it. So what we'll do is raise it as a chicken. So you raise this eagle as a chicken. And so this one of these days, the eagle is doing just as the chickens are doing. You're going to pecking and all of that. The eagle up here soaring up here saying, like, something's off down here. It's like, we go down here and check it out. Like, ain't that one of mine? What are you doing down here with these chickens? He come down here, swoop all the other chickens scatter. Now he sit up there like, hey, what's going on? This bird actually looks like he looks like the same kind of chicken I am. What are you doing here amongst all these chickens? Like, what do you mean I'm a chicken? I said, no, you ain't a chicken. Yes, I am a chicken. He says, no, you're not a chicken. You're an eagle, just like me. Those are chickens. Those chickens, we eat chickens. You're supposed to be flying like me, not sitting down here with them chickens. So that's where he learned out that he could actually fly. It took the other eagle to show up because the chickens was never going to let him know. And that's the story of the chicken and the eagle. You understand? Yeah, because here's the thing. Them chickens knew they were in grave danger if this eagle woke up to the fact that he was an eagle. Because he could just tear through that chicken coop with no problemo. I mean, there'd be feathers everywhere. I mean, that boy, oh boy, oh boy. An eagle in a chicken coop? Oh, Lord. I mean, there wouldn't be a bird left alive. If y'all, I mean, another thing that y'all might know about Oregon, the reason why our state bird is not a bald eagle is because it's the national bird. But the birds that are most plentiful here are, besides crows, are the bald eagle. So that good old American bald eagle, boy, them things are dangerous, brother. He would tear a whole chicken coop apart. You just be, I'm talking about feathers feathers out of everywhere, man. Oh Lord, yeah. You don't want none of that. I mean, here you could watch these birds come around and scoop just from out of nowhere, just shoot, because we got hawks, eagles, owls. Man, we actually got quite a few different birds. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close down the phones and get ready to raise it up out of here. I appreciate everybody who has been hanging out with me this evening, and I hope that everybody understands the point of where we were going with this message tonight, because everybody needs to understand they are trying to detour the conversation from the truth. And the truth of the conversation is, why didn't that just pop up? There we go. Okay. You said my sound effect. Oh man, you ain't never heard of a terrified chicken? Yeah, you put an eagle up anywhere around some chickens, boy. They gonna let you know that the danger's here. Danger's here. So yes, hate is first taught at home, and because of that, it has spawned the cycles of destruction. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Would y'all want, if y'all want me to play that one more time before we go, put a one in the chat. Let me know. If you want me to play that song one more time, I will. Yeah, put a one in the chat. If I don't see no ones, we're gonna dip on out of here. Oh, I heard. Okay, I see. Okay, so we're gonna play this one more time before we get on up out of here, and we're gonna do it like this. So let's let it rip, y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate the love. Thank y'all so much. This one is for y'all.
Sometimes I'm feeling all alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. Nobody understands me, but I'm trying to get the world to see it's love. It's love that this passion he's instilled in me. That's why I'm at it so hard, so faithfully. I've been through so many things, please believe me. I'm still here 'cause I know he keeps me. Oh, and the answer is love. Oh, answer is love. Yeah. And I hear me. Hey, everybody's asking questions. They say they're looking for an answer. Somebody's asking questions. Oh, they're looking for an answer. They need something new. They need something they can feel. They need some of that good old-fashioned music, simply real. And that's life, and that's music. Yeah, yeah. We do it for the love of music. Yes, we do, we do. We do it for the love of music. This music we make for you. We do it for the love of music and the gift that we give to you. I hope you enjoy the ride. Oh. It's love, life, and music. This is your chance to use it. Love, life, and music. Yeah. Ain't no telling what the imagination might bring in those free things. Oh, yeah. It's your joy, it's your peace. Every single day that we continue to be. It's love, it's life, it's music.
All right, all right, all right. So that one again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need to find out where I actually do have that for sale, and I will put that in the description because I actually do not remember at the moment. So chalk it up to my age. But if nothing else, I will definitely have that available shortly and soon. as well as some other stuff. So, thank you. I'm glad y'all appreciate it. Glad y'all appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So again, remember, one of the biggest things that worry these people is our unity and us getting on code. It's almost seeming like they are activating their little demon spawns to go ahead and start pulling off little ambush attacks. So everybody stay vigilant because this is the time we are in. And you have, just to put it in perspective, when they think of Black unity, they see it like this.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
So understand, never forget, never forget what we are and what we are doing, because just like what we always say, remember that sometimes it's always also been referred to a lady. So even if I didn't say the words, what do we understand? Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall, or her, and let us rise. Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Facebook, beatzillapdx, and on Patreon at beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And on you can follow or email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined, if you enjoy what you are watching, if you enjoy these broadcasts and the content, you can definitely show your support by way of donation at CashApp, $BeatZillaPDX. That's Cash App, $BeatZillaPDX. And we also have PayPal, so you can hit the PayPal app at Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK. And, of course, at PayPal. So with that being said, family, y'all have a blessed next 3 days, I guess, for those off on Monday. And, make it restful and joyful and peaceful. If you got time to spend with your family, I know a lot of people are coming home from school. So, y'all might be getting your family time in. So make sure that you are, although you are enjoying your festive weekend, maybe have some family members who have served that you will be partaking and, probably chilling with, hanging with, and whatnot. If y'all have to make that quick little run to the store from the family event, make sure that you stay vigilant and stay aware of your surroundings and all times. So that's just my little tasty tidbit of like Phil say, the friendly uncle advice. So I guess you can call us. We will be your uncles over here. If only I was as young as they say I look. So with that being said, matter of fact, my birthday is coming up in a few weeks. I'm thinking about maybe doing actually not a few weeks, it's next week. So maybe doing a mashup show, see who's available, and see what we can pull off for next Friday. I believe my birthday next week, I think. You hit certain days, you stop.
Next Saturday.
Oh, my birthday's next Saturday. My birthday's next Saturday. Okay, so yes, next Saturday is my birthday. Gemini energy, absolutely, absolutely. Thank all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all. Be one, be one, be one. And with that being said, stay safe, stay vigilant, stay alive. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you and your families and your loved ones. So, man, y'all have a great one. Enjoy the sun. Hopefully it's warm where you are at. And I will be hollering at y'all because, around here, what we do, we always keep our stone of truth at the ready. Just like you need to keep your steel. Because you never have any excuse to not be ready to put in some work. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes. Right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.
Thank you.